Now let's look at the contents of the universe before we consider its history and look back towards the Big Bang. The universe contains many atoms, 10 to the power 80, a one with 80 zeros after it. And as we've seen from the formation and creation of heavy elements in stars, most of the universe is made of the simplest two elements, hydrogen and helium. There are actually about 1 billion photons for every particle. That's something we'll get to grips with, because why the universe has so many more photons, or waves of light, than it does particles is an interesting result of the early universe. There are an incredible number of stars in the universe, 100,000 billion, that's 1 with 23 zeros. And the Milky Way is typical, with about 400 billion stars. In recent research, we've started to find exoplanets around Sun-like stars, and so we can pretty much guess that that number is about the number of planets in the universe, a fantastic number of planets, and we might imagine how many of those could be habitable. And the galaxies contained in the universe are about 100 billion. That's a rough estimate. And they're scattered in a universe that's 46 billion light years across. Let's take a look across the field of the deepest observation of the Hubble Space Telescope. As we see through this pan across a region, the brightest galaxies you see, the biggest, will be about 3 or 4 billion light years away. The middle-sized smudges about 7 or 8, and the faintest little dots, all galaxies, 12, 13 billion light years away. So you're looking at incredibly ancient light. Each of those galaxies has hundreds of billions of stars. And as you watch this, just imagine what the odds might be that there's not someone or something on one or more of those galaxies looking back at us the same way. If we're summing up our situation in space, it's pretty clear that there's nothing special about it. Copernicus was right. His was the first stage in a revolution of ideas that continues to the present day, showing us to be at an unexceptional location in every aspect. We're on a typical planet, and now we know there are many planets elsewhere, and typical stars have more than one. Our star is a middle-aged, middleweight star in a pretty typical spiral galaxy in an essentially unremarkable region of what we know to be an extremely large universe. We're not even made of the stuff that most of the universe is made of. Most of the universe is composed of enigmatic dark matter and dark energy. Atoms, like those we're made of, are 4% of the cosmic pie chart, and carbon and the heavy elements that are essential for biology are even smaller fraction, less than 1% of the cosmos. And so we have a modern version of the primordial elements, from the ancient Greeks, earth, air, fire, and water, to the modern forms of cosmology, which talk about dark matter, dark energy, photons, neutrinos, and mystical dark matter. We're not special. The universe and us, we're insignificant, and it makes sense to assimilate that information in a song.
All right. I'll tell you what. Look, listen to this.
Whenever life gets you down, Mrs. Brown, and things seem hard or tough, and people are stupid, obnoxious or daft, and you feel that you've had quite enough, just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving and revolving at 900 miles an hour, that's orbiting at 19 miles a second, so it's reckoned a sun that is the source of all our power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that we can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day in an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour of the galaxy we call the Milky Way. galaxy itself contains 100 billion stars. It's 100,000 light years side to side. It bulges in the middle, 16,000 light years thick, but out by us it's just 3,000 light years wide. We're 30,000 light years from galactic central point. We go round every 200 million years. And our galaxy is only one of millions of billions in this amazing and expanding universe. The universe itself keeps on expanding and expanding in all of the directions it can whiz. As fast as it can go, at the speed of light, you know. 12 million miles a minute, and that's the fastest speed there is. So remember, when you're feeling very small and insecure, how amazingly unlikely is your birth. And pray that there's intelligent life somewhere up in space, 'cause there's bugger all down here on Earth.
Makes you feel so sort of insignificant, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the end of this topic.